So the majority of our league is somewhere in this vicinity. However, as I was looking in outer space, I started seeing something come crashing down somewhere in the realm of Sichuan, China province. And in a small village in the mountains, we found a wild drake peeper. And as we all know, there's only three things that we absolutely can't have in our league. The first being Chinese interference. The second being open borders. And the third, we can't let the rookie win his first year.
Excellent punter. Raymond from the 10-yard line. Raymond has one terrific return already today. Looking for a second. Raymond up the sideline. Across the 30. Khalif Raymond. Goodbye.
Anyways, Markarth Murder absolutely smashed me this week. As we saw, Lamar Jackson did put the hammer down just like we knew he was going to. With Caleb Williams, we knew there was the potential to have an absolute stinker. Though we weren't the ones that had the stinker of the week, that gets held to the basement boy over there. We still had quite a bit of a fucking stinker, let me tell you. We were playing the ceiling, buddy. We were playing the ceiling. Caleb Williams was absolutely primed to come in there with some wide receivers that were healthy, ready to go, and the guy's a choke. I mean, he just is. When you need him the most, he just absolutely Cortland Sutton's your team. Justin Jefferson did exactly what I needed him to do. Drake London, how does he score 7 points when Kirk scores 40? Can you tell me? Kyron Williams does what he always does and just blows my team up. As far as Jordan Mason goes, this guy, thank God C-Mac's supposed to be back in 2 weeks. Let me put it that way. Because he has gotten soft. Like, put me in, coach. Trey McBride. Charles, we knew it was going to happen this week. Chase Brown saved the day with the TD. Can't be mad. Minnesota's defense. Oh my God. Holy shit. They got fucked on. And as for Jacob Maitland's team, he can go fuck himself. I got my hat back anyways. Now, as for Drake and Charles, I mean, Charles is doing big things in life and in fantasy. I mean, if his fantasy was life, it would be just so cohesive, considering this guy, he's starting a new job. He just moved to Rogers, Arkansas. He's now a full-time Razorback. He might as well be a coach. I mean, he couldn't be any worse than anybody that coaches for the Razorbacks. And Drake, I mean, I saw a shooting star on Sunday night, and I saw this guy just shooting into Sichuan province, and he's still there. Now, close the border and never let him back in. Now, what do we say here? I mean, Jordan Love, really, he should have dropped a nice little 40 bomb for you, but it wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have, because Puka Nacua with the 18, big, Bijan with the 22, big, James Cook with the 28, huge, Brock Bowers with the 10. I mean, what more can you ask for from a tight end? But the true outlier here, Kyler Murray with an actual QB1 game, coupled with CeeDee Lamb. Almost 40 points on 17 targets. He had 13 receptions for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Did we see the Cowboys team that we want to see, for fantasy purposes anyways? Absolutely not. But did we see CeeDee Lamb absolutely lock in and secure this win with no problem, even with 2 players still to play? I have no problem saying that Drake has no chance. Beautiful game, Charles. Now this next game, we actually called for Cody because Swifty Head was down in fucking New Orleans making friendship bracelets instead of, competing. But you know what? I guess that's just the kind of league we are. We're just a bunch of pansy, Swifty, poopy baby boys that win games that we're not supposed to. Now, am I trying to be a hater, Hayden? Not so much. I just called this game for Cody, and I don't like being wrong. So, that's what it is. Josh Allen with 27, A.J. Brown with 13, Zay Flowers with 18. What a miracle. DeAndre Swift with 18, Jonathan Taylor with 18, K. Dotton with 29. We knew he was going to blow up. He didn't have anybody else catching the ball. Baker Mayfield only threw the ball to K. Dotton. I don't know if you guys saw this game, but it was fucking redonk. David Montgomery, somehow, I don't think this guy's scored under 16 any single game this year. Okay, well, we have a 15 and an 8 against the best defense in the NFL. What the fuck are we going to do about it? Now, I saw Jalen Hurts just rob the rest of his team of 3 rushing touchdowns, so it's no surprise that we have almost a 40-point game here. I saw Stephon Diggs. It looked like he took the wrong step in the wrong direction, and something popped inside of his fucking knee. Man, good luck. Keenan Allen, man, Caleb Williams choked. Breece Hall, 80 rushing yards and 9 points. Like, what a fucking nightmare. Like, couldn't even get a touchdown for you, dog? Chuba Hubbard, man. Sorry, I've got your replacement. Travis Kelce, first big game of the year. This guy's done nothing all season. You really needed that, at least to have a little bit of confidence in him. J.K. Dobbins, low-key one of the best running backs in the NFL, and just somehow just got swept under the rug because, the Ravens just fucking tear all their ACLs. Harrison Butker, I mean, he actually was your WR2 this week. Man. Now, taking it back to the Jets, we have a fun little stat for you today. According to ESPN's Dan Orlovsky, the Jets are the first team in the NFL, in NFL history, to lose a game where they scored at least 20 points, didn't turn the ball over, and allowed fewer than 250 yards. And it's almost unexplainable how they lost. I want to say that the stat line on this for games won and lost with these stat lines is like 572 games to 0 losses. So somehow, they found a way to fuck everyone. And just as I thought my rant was over, I looked one down onto this Reddit post and noticed that the actual stat line is 750 to now 1. 750 NFL games to 1. We've got a problem here. Now we're going to skip and save Dakota's matchup for last. because we've got No Name versus the Washington Rednecks here. And let me tell you, holy fucking shit. Jaden Daniels played with like a bruised fucking rib with like cartilage in between his fucking heart muscles and decided to throw a goddamn Hail Mary in the last 2 seconds of the game and won! What the fuck was that? It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Jared Goff with 22 points. His defense carried his whole fucking team and Jacob Maitland's team, by the way. Jamar Chase with 20. I mean, solid. Terry McLaurin, scary as always. Kenneth Walker, kind of choked it up. Josh Jacobs. Man, every time you have a good game from Josh Jacobs, you lose. It's a curse at this point. Jake Ferguson. How did CeeDee Lamb score 40 and Jake Ferguson scores less than 10? That's just bad play calling. Devonta Adams. I mean, honestly, one of the better stat lines I've seen on the Jets this year. But back up to Jaden Daniels, where he went from like 17 to 27 in the last 2 seconds of the game. Pretty incredible. Garrett Wilson doing solid numbers, even with fucking Devonta Adams on the field. Amon-Ra St. Brown, once again, their defense carried that whole fucking game, and I don't understand how Tennessee is so bad that they let themselves get fucked on by like 40 points a game. This is like a recurring event every single week. And let me tell you, if you're starting someone, I don't care if you see their stat lines, oh, that guy scores 14 pretty consistently. No. You start someone on the Denver Broncos or the Tennessee Titans, then you don't know ball like I do. Really. You just don't know ball like I do. Now, moving down to a massive comeback game from Alvin Kamara, I don't know where these stats come from. I mean, I don't. This guy had 6 receptions for 55 yards and 67 rushing yards. How that adds up to 18 points? I mean, he doesn't even have to score touchdowns, and he's in double digits, no problem. I mean, every week start, still possibly the RB1 on the season if he's healthy, and some other guys, have to take a couple games off or something like that. Derrick Henry breaks his fucking leg and turns to dust like he should have 2 years ago. I mean, Joe Mixon, what in the fuck? 102 yards and a touchdown and 4 receptions? How do you have 4 receptions and no receiving yards? 23 points. Kyle Pitts, 91 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, and Drake London gets 6 receptions for 33? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's happening? What is happening? Honestly, though, super proud of JD for this win. He deserves it. He was in the championship last year. He knows ball. He does. Now, in this last matchup, we've got Dakota versus not Dakota. And as we all know, Dakota doesn't know ball. Chase dropping the 18 with Joey Burrow. Tyreek Hill with 13. Jordan Madison with 420. I mean, questionable start here, my friend. Very questionable. James Conner. I mean, you draft him every year. I mean, when are you going to learn? Brian Robinson Jr. comes back down to earth along with Drake. Tucker Kraft, decent start. Tank Bigsby, still a good start. But you had Josh Downs on your bench with 23 points. And honestly, flex him all day long over Jordan Addison. Let's get real. I mean, dude, look at your team. It's an absolute nightmare. I mean, Deebo Samuel's coughing up a lung in the hospital. I still think you had no chance even if you had him. And let's go Merrick. Let's go not Dakota. Because the Basement Boys, we're coming to win. And really, the biggest goal at this point is to put Dakota in last place, where he belongs. Now, taking a look at this massive game by not Dakota, we've got Tua with the 19 on his first game back. Great quarterback stream. Jaden Reed did exactly what he needed to do and beat Chase. Devonta Smith with the 20 bomb coming back from the -2 receiving yards. Let's fucking go. They don't use Saquon Barkley right. That's not your fault. This guy could score 26 any game. They just let him score 12 whenever they feel like it. And whenever they feel like, fucking tush pushing goddamn Jalen Hurts into the end zone. Now, I'm giving grace on the Javonte Williams play because he may be a Denver Bronco, but based on where our team stands, we just did what we had to do. We did what we had to do. That's okay. You get this week off. You know ball. Cole Kmet, possibly still the most valuable player on the Bears. Caleb Williams is going to have to fucking show it, though. Rashad White with the huge 15 bomb. I mean, what more could we ask for? And that's why we have got the stinker of the week. And now I promised myself that I wouldn't even have a stinker of the week this week because I knew it was going to be Chase. And I was like, I really don't want Chase to quit the league because he feels so bad that he's in the last fucking place, or is gonna be. And I decided, you know what? This guy shouldn't talk so much shit if he can't take it.
I'm sorry. It's Merrick, not Dakota. They just both are last place and have been giving their first round draft picks to Jacob. They were so similar. I forgot that we changed. Well, he's in last place in both of his leagues, which makes sense because he does not, in fact, know ball. Jacob has swindled someone out of their first-round draft pick, either by just constant, hey, listen to me, until they got sick of hearing from him, or by really just robbing him.
Cole's running his mouth, thinking he's grand, but when the losses stack up, he can't take a stand. Threatens to quit with a cruel little tease, escalating hate like it's his expertise. In the shadows already, he weaves his thread, tearing down Merrick, filling hearts with dread. Oh, Dakota, can't you see your own fall? With every word spoken, you're building your wall. From fantasy rankings to personal fame, your feet in the fire, don't you feel the weight? Fantasy dreams turn to nightmares of spite. Dakota's just scared, losing grip on the fight. And here comes the truth in defeat he must eat. Those words that were venom now feel bittersweet. Watch the downfall, it's his very own game. But Merrick stands tall, he won't take the blame. Oh, Dakota, can't you see your own fall? With every word spoken, you're building your wall. From fantasy rankings to personal fame, your feet in the fire, oh, don't you feel the weight? Watch the downfall, it's his very own game. But Merrick stands tall, he won't take the blame. Oh, Dakota, can't you see your own fall? With every word spoken, you're building your wall. From fantasy rankings to personal fame, your feet in the fire, oh, don't you feel the weight? So here's to the lessons, the games that we play. In the end, it's our truth that carries the day.